Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I don't know where it is and where you're watching, but right now it's 8 o'clock in Queensland. Hello, SC Spectrum crew. We are here with Jimmy for episode number 2. How'd you like that start? Did you see the rhyme? Man, I'm good. I'm starting to be like Eminem.
Yeah, you're definitely getting there, mate. Definitely getting there.
Oh man, how exciting. Like you said off air, James, that you were dreaming about this podcast over the last week. Tell us all about those dreams.
They involved you and us talking footy, and that's as far as I can go on camera, mate. Sorry.
Oh, that's scary for me. I don't want to get off camera now. Holy moly. New dad, newborn baby. I know how you're feeling, mate. I've had 2 of them.
Yeah.
I got that exact understanding. And I'm going well, man. Thanks for asking. Don't worry. It's all right. I'll just host the show, ask you, and everyone cares about you, but don't worry. I'm going really well. So I think I'm starting to come down with a little bit of something sick-wise, but maybe that's just because we're getting towards the end of term, too, with only 2 weeks to go, and I'm just knackered.
Have to pull in a sick day, mate. Sick day or 2.
I mean, I deserve one.
Yeah, of course.
We've been working hard behind the scenes. Even just to talk about that, James, how are you feeling about how the page in the first week that we've gone?
Mate, it's unbelievable the amount of support we've had in the first week. Just people messaging us out of the blue. It's been great from the community, and can't thank them enough, really. It's been awesome. What about you? How are you feeling about it all? You excited? What's the feelings like?
There's lots of mixed feelings. I'm probably just because I'm tired, because there's a lot of effort that goes on behind the scenes that happens with it, with everything that we're doing. There's a lot of emotional stress of trying to do it, and because I'm doing it with a couple of mates that I love dearly in you, Sam, I'm trying to, it really is a pressure that I like putting on myself, but I like to perform under pressure and do it. But I'm shocked. 239 followers on Facebook in just over a week is just insane.
It's crazy. It's
crazy. And I'm very overwhelmed, and it's great. It's a great feeling to have. I feel the love. I know that we're the new kids on the block. I get it. We're a new kid, we're the new page on the block, and people are sitting there in the background just sort of waiting to see whether they can be bothered following or whatever. But I can tell you now, this is only episode 2 of probably 20-odd thousand that Jimmy, myself, and maybe another one might join at some point, but we'll see what she does, and then we'll see if we can recruit anywhere else. But we're here, we're cooking, we're learning, we are taking some of that feedback, aren't we, Jimmy, in terms of posts and stuff like that. I know that there's been people that have come through and talked around what they would like in terms of how they would see the podcast or see the content and stuff like that, but we're learning, we'll figure it out. We're only been in this game for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's been amazing, mate. Honestly, so good. Can't wait. And even if no one listens, we'll still keep doing them.
Yeah, I don't care.
So much.
Yeah, no, I don't care. I'm at that point where I just don't care. I'm loving doing it. I know that I'm getting better, and I certainly, when I say this, I don't say this lightly. I am a learner. I just love learning, and every single time I take something out of it. And at the end of the day, if we're just talking it, we're putting it out there, it's only going to make our own Supercoach teams better. Although that can segue into the garbage that just happened from round 2, hey, Jimmy?
It was I can't even say it's a bad week. Any other year, 1,200, I'm kind of happy with. So, I don't know how to feel about it. What did you end up scoring this week, Trav?
No. We're not talking about me. I asked about you, Jimmy. Tell us all about it. Tell us how you went, what trades you did as you went into the week, what your score, what your rank is, what your captains. Just give us a little roundup of your team.
Yeah. So I ended up scoring 1,188, which dropped me down to 46,330, which I don't know how to feel about it, because any other year, 1,200s in the first 2 rounds, you're kind of flying. But I brought in Tedesco.
Great trade.
Drinky, last minute. I was going to go to Ponga, like someone else, but I didn't, and I ended up just bringing in Noel Martin to get ahead, really. So they were my 2 trades, and I'm looking forward to talking more about this week. How'd you end up going?
So, yeah, I got 1,155. I dropped 30,000 ranks to 60k. 6195. We talk about. Look, I'm not going to say we're experts. People message us and say, "You're the
No.
experts, give us the advice." I'm like, I'm not a bloody expert. I'm sitting at 60k now. This is probably. I think this is officially my worst rank I've ever had playing NRL Supercoach, which is so funny. But I went into this weekend all like eyes wide open, going, "Hell yeah, I'm going to have a monster score." I traded Drinky to Teddy. I traded Toto to. Sorry, I'm bringing it back up. My phone dropped off my laptop, but I traded Toto down to Leo, so that cost me 40 points. And I traded Miles Martin to Noah Martin, and didn't play Noah Martin, so I lost that 66. And who I decided to play was Reed Marnie instead, and he got 41. So I cost myself 25 points there, like 40 odd from Toto to Leo, and Teddy really did nothing but become a junkyard dog, and score that try at the end of the game in a good win by the Roosters, to be fair.
Yeah.
You'd think when Teddy wins, when the Roosters win those games, Teddy has a decent score. 67 is not bad. If Teddy's score baseline or floor is 67, I'll take it. But I literally went into round two thinking, 30k. Hopefully I'm going to be around 15. Nope, no. And then one of our good mates, he had a monster score and he's now flied right up the rankings. So it's tough. It's tough, but
tough.
That's Supercoach. That's the early part of it, and that's where we're sitting. I look at my team, man, and I'm just like, it's fire.
Yeah.
Like, it's fire until. And now that I've made these trades for this week, which we'll talk later on, I'm like even more impressed with it.
Who'd you end up bringing in? Or we're going to talk about that a bit later. Wait, we'll just tease them. We'll just tease them a little bit. Okay.
Even with Timoko on the bench.
We just saw news from SC Playbook that Tomoko got cut from the squad this week, so I think he's kind of locked it in now, hasn't he? 3 weeks now. Sasagi's done well. I'm inclined to think that he may have won the spot. What are you thinking there? Do you think he's kept it?
I just think Ricky's got a name called Sticky Ricky for a reason, and when he's played someone now, this will be the third game in that spot. I just think he's sticking with it. I think he likes it. And to be fair, I don't mind it either. I am a Timoko fan. I think he's very underrated, but it's a good problem that the Raiders have, to be fair. And then on the Bulldogs side, it's basically the same team as round one but they've got Tuala replaces Cherry, which is a very interesting story with that. But we're not in the NRL story. We talk Supercoach. So, what's your take on that? And is Tuala on your radar?
Long story short, no. I don't think Tuala's ever been Supercoach relevant. It's a shame for Zeri though, because I thought he could have been a good little pod going forward, potentially running off Galvin and Preston, but
he's his own worst enemy.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the Roosters Panthers. So Ponga comes in for Billy Smith again.
Yep. Still concussion protocol, I think maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't looked at that.
Pretty well.
I just knew that was in. I wasn't sure of the reasoning. Wong gets the starting edge.
That'll probably change before kickoff, I'd imagine, because they got Egan starting at 13, which I just can't see happening personally. I think Wong likely moves to 13 and Egan probably goes to edge.
You reckon they just swap them?
Yeah, I think that's...
Either way, Wong starting in either of those positions just gets me very, very excited.
Yeah, unfortunately, Robbo's got a name for just throwing his forwards wherever he wants them, so you can't really get any reliability from him.
But this guy's a stud.
He's a stud.
Yeah.
And if he was guaranteed 80 minutes, I'd bring him in this week.
He's never going to be. I don't think he's an 80-minute player, but I don't think he's got the tank for it just yet. I think he's. But I did tell you he's a stud. I'm very big and very. There's a blooper for everyone. I'm a big fan of his and rate him very highly. I just don't think he's got the tank for an 80 minutes just yet. He's still young, still a baby in the career.
Even on the edge.
Even on an edge, yeah. And I don't.
Okay.
I don't think. This is where some stats that I could pull up, but I'm not going to because it's only TLT. But maybe we put some. I'll write some notes and we'll put it together. But for a little post or something over the next couple of days. But yeah, I'm a big fan of his. And then finally, Mr. Robson is named, and he's come back quite early.
He has. I think it's only a week before he was supposed to, but I think they wanted to rush him back for this Panthers matchup, didn't they? I think he's going to give him that real steel toughness in the middle that they're probably going to need. It's going to be a massive game against the Panthers, honestly. I think they're going to have their work cut out for them.
This is my favourite game of the week. Obviously, I think the next game after them's going to be a good one too, but taking my fan hat off, if I was to just watching as a neutral fan, this Roosters-Panthers games I think is just going to be absolute fire.
Yeah, yep. Definitely.
Sorry, Luello owners. If you're a Luello owner, he's going to be coming off the bench. Yeah, you've now basically got an AE nightmare, I feel, sitting as a 14. This sucks. And to be fair, we wanted Robson to not play till about 5 or 6. If you were you got Luello hoping that you were going to get maybe 2, 3 price rises, which gave you about 100, 120, if anything, 150k. That's what you were hoping for. That game last week didn't help his case. But yeah, Robson coming back quite early, that hurts.
It definitely hurts. Probably going to have to look to trade him on pretty quick.
Yeah. Look, to be honest, I'd hold off and wait till Cheese is back.
Yeah.
I
got something up the sleeve later.
There you go. Storm Broncos. So Willison starting edge. Likely a late change for Piakura. Watch for the late mail. I like that call. Yeah. I do like Willison though. I much prefer Willison over Piakura after Piakura's injury history, and I think Willison's a gun, but a gun to be. But yeah, just keep your eye on that. And late mail came out yesterday. Reynolds unfortunately didn't get through his medical testing. So there's a big shift around. Ben Hunt moves to the 7. Moser comes into the 14.
Yeah. If you haven't got Reece Walsh, it's looking very dangerous.
Look, I have a problem, and this is my problem, is that I'm a Storm fan, so I'm going to be eagerly watching this game, but Jesus, this is the type of game that I'd be sitting behind my couch going, no, I don't have Walsh, and I'm scared and frightened.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those ones, I think.
James, the last time we saw Walsh play without Reynolds, what happened?
Points, and more points, mate. He goal kicks. He's going to get 100 plus. I think attacking that Storm edge of Leo and Meany, I think
it's bloody scary, man. It's bloody scary.
Yeah.
Knights Warriors. Now, here's some interesting news in this one, James.
Yeah.
So with Fletcher Sharp comes back, but he doesn't get and Ponga goes out, but Fletcher Sharp doesn't go to fullback.
No, Fletcher Hunt's gone straight into fullback, hasn't he?
Yep.
It's a real enticing one, but it probably shows how much faith they have in Fletcher Sharp in the halves now.
Yep, so they love him there.
They do. I think he's locked in.
And I think this half pairing of Fletcher Sharp and Sanders Smith is just absolute monstrous scores for Fletcher Sharp incoming. We saw what he did next to Dylan Brown in 20 minutes with a game managing half in Sanders Smith. Man, Fletcher Sharp is just about to go bonkers, and no Ponga behind him.
He's just going to get all the ball, isn't he, mate?
He's out of my reach. I can't afford him.
No, Cody Walker to him's a long way to go.
Okay.
Yeah, it's too far.
And I just foresee Smith. I just like Sharp. What did he get? Like 60 odd in his first game. Fletcher Sharp.
Yeah, in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, and I just foresee him against the Wars this week at home.
Yeah. At
2 p.m. Decent weather. I can just see Fletcher Sharp just going absolute bonkers, and he'll just rise, and I won't be able to afford him. I almost can see Fletcher Sharp being $1 million player at some point.
Well, is he going to be running at the rookie 6 from the Warriors? Does Tanner play on the left or the right?
Tanner
I think he plays on the left.
plays the left. Yeah.
Yeah, he could be running at that rookie 6, which just screams get.
It makes it. I don't give a damn who he plays against, mate. No one can stop Fletcher Sharp. He's just that good. And as much as we've been calling for it in all different types, shapes, ways, and forms, Tane Tuapiki gets put to fullback, which is fantastic for your draft leagues, but only because CNK is off for concussion. I think Tane plays, or Tuapiki comes through and just absolutely brains it this week, and they go, we have to have him as our fullback.
I agree. I think it's probably the chance that CNK probably shouldn't have given him. I know he can't help it, head knock and whatnot, but yeah, you give this kid a run, I think he's going to grasp it with 2 hands.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
And Lecker. The Wrecker gets his start. The dude's a freak, man. He's been coming off the bench in low minutes and still getting good scores and scoring tries.
Yeah, honestly, he's just a freak, isn't he? I can't believe he scored 2 tries. And against Noel Martin, I thought Noel Martin was unbelievable defensively.
Played well,
last
didn't he?
week.
Yeah.
And he still scored 2 tries, so what's that saying?
That is very, very good. Not a lot of news in the Sharks-Dolphins at this point in time. Do you have anything to add to that one?
Teague Wilton in the extended, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe watch for bench. I don't think he's going to start over Burns, but he'll probably come on the bench and get a few minutes, I'd imagine.
So, yeah, he's named at 22. And nothing else really on the Dolphins side other than...
Flegler named?
Flegler has been named, yes.
Yeah, I'll be watching that, though.
Yeah, watch that with major intrigue. And there's a lot of people in this Dolphins team that pique a lot of my interest.
Yeah.
Rabbits versus Tigers. We've got Humphreys starts at halfback with Sullivan dropped.
Yeah, that was I think we could see that one coming, personally. I didn't think Sullivan was great last week, and the 5 minutes that Jack Whiten went to 5'8" last week, he got a try assist straight away, so pretty well just sums it up.
Yeah.
I think move on.
Humphreys, I went straight into my draft leagues and picked him up. So,
great game.
Yeah, I'm very happy with that one. And then this one is probably my biggest in of the round. Duncan gets the start on the edge. I'm a big fan of this guy. He is incredibly underrated, and even the bloody Rabbits don't rate him.
It's very complexing why he didn't start round 1, and now round 3 he is starting. With Aiken on the bench too. It just doesn't add up to me. I feel like the kid's a gun. He should have just been starting from the get-go. Is there an injury concern? Were they watching his minutes? What do you reckon?
No. I don't remember or recall anything, so don't put that in quotation marks. But I just think he started off the bench.
Yeah, weird one. Weird one for sure.
There's just so much intrigue in those Rabbits. Like, I could have 6 of them comfortably, and they'd all keep getting 60s, 70s plus. It's just that they've got to buy very, very soon. Yeah. So I can't.
That's literally all it is.
I can't have it. It's the only reason why I don't have 3 others. Not much else on the Tigers side in terms of ins and outs. There's a few ins, but not really anyone of note. Taylor May is out though, but there's all types of. I mean, he has officially been named as out, but everyone got scared today when they saw him training.
Yeah, there's footage going around that he was training, so I still think he's out. I think he's just running around getting some Ks in the legs. The interesting one is late change. I wouldn't be surprised if Taruva plays centre and Skelton goes to the wing.
Yeah.
I think that's more than likely going to happen.
And can we start a petition for Macassini to get put to the wing, please?
Please.
Can we?
Please.
A Supercoach petition, everybody, if you're listening. We don't have a lot of people listening just yet, so the petition won't get very far, but let's start that petition and call for it, because that would be enormous. Eels Dragon. Hopgood's back. Comes in at front row forward. As a front row forward, comes in at prop. That's trying to blend NRL talk and Supercoach talk, which pushes Williams out to the lock.
Yep. Interesting one. I think there could be a late change potentially, only because I know Riles has had a tendency not to trust Kelmer in the past, so I know he had a freakish run last week. It'd be interesting to see if that all stays the same going to round 3.
Kelmer Tuolangi was available in every one of our drafts 3 leagues that you and I are in, which are all pretty strong, and are actively in the waivers. And he was available, and I didn't pick him because as soon as I saw those Hopgood back, Williams there, and how it was looking, I was like, I just don't know. And I know that this guy is a gun. Like, I know he can play. He's a good footballer. Absolutely towed up. Arguably the best pack in the competition last week. And I still didn't do it. I'm just not confident in Riles and that system of him playing.
Well, the one thing we didn't bring up before was he got Shibasaki dropped. That's how good he did in the end. We forgot to bring it up in the Broncos takeaway, but yeah, Shiba got dropped. Ezra and him just weren't on the same wavelength at all.
On the Dragon side, it's a bit scary, this return. Little comes back to the bench, named at 14. Talk to us why people are a bit scared about that.
It's purely for Ryan Couchman's minutes, isn't it, I think? Means Cook likely plays lock at some point, taking a rotation spot out of that middle pack, and that only impacts Toby and Ryan, so we'll have to see how that one plays out this week.
Yeah, it's a good shout. I think we'll leave that one there for the Eels Dragons. Yeah. Cowboys Titans. This is the game of the round. Yeah, everyone fight your way to make sure that you're free for Sunday evening to watch this game. Connor returns.
Yeah, he comes back. I think I saw his wife had a few heart operations.
Her 8th or 10th or something like that heart operation. That's why he missed last week.
Wishing them all the best, that's for sure. But I hope he brings something for this Cowboys squad because they need it. They're in trouble.
Big trouble. And even bigger trouble based off the news around one who doesn't mind drinking some water.
Yeah, old Scotty Drinkwater potentially arrested, potentially.
Word is he's getting dropped.
Yeah, there's no confirmation yet, so I was a bit hesitant to throw that one around. But yeah, that effort he put in on Dewey last week, I would be dropping him too. That was terrible defence, but good if you're a Purdue owner because he's unlikely to go to fullback. So that just puts Purdue's stocks straight up.
Look, if Peyton's consistent, he dropped Nanai for poor defensive decisions and efforts last year. Nanai came back and was pretty dominant. He played really well when he came back. The idea here is whether Drinkwater takes that, but this is your premier superstar, right? Like, it's dumbfounding. Like, surely you're having a conversation with him and telling him, hey man, you got to pull your head in here. If that's the case, here you got a couple of weeks to fix your attitude, blah 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 blah. But look, I tend to more so think this is an injury related to his ribs because he wasn't good last week. He just still looked tentative, still looked slow, still wanted to sort of sit out the back instead of doing that, north-south running that we know Drinkwater likes to do, and that's change of pace and speed that he loves to do.
He also hasn't re-signed, so it's a big statement if you are going to drop your premier fullback and he hasn't re-signed yet. That's club in turmoil, I reckon. Anyway,
this is your guy, this is your franchise player, right? Him and Dearden, they're your two. Anyways, we are not the coach, so we don't care, and he's not in our team, so we got rid of him.
Yeah, just the super coaches.
Yeah, just the super coaches. Anyways, hey mate, is there anything else you want to chuck into the TLT?
No, I think we went over it pretty well.
Cool.
That was pretty good, mate. Well done.
Let's get into some talking points because there's a few this week because it's round 3. And round 3 means a few really important bits. And the first one is around breakevens. Jimmy, do you want to talk to us a little bit about the breakevens and what that means?
Yeah, there's a lot of changes going in this week. Round 3 obviously means we get our first cash rises and cash falls, that 3-round average. So players that scored well in round 1, their scores will likely drop out next week. So we wanted big round 2 scores in the end, and it's basically going to be trying to get in as many cheapies that are going to go through the roof as possible this week.
Now, to be fair, and I'll give us a shout out, we did a big break-even radar this week. We like to do a break-even radar. We did one last week. We did it for one game because really it is only the one game for the break-even. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. I'll give a shout out to one sponsor of ours, which is the Rugby League Fantasy Pro. For all of these figures, get into the social media, Facebook, Instagram, and have a good look at what you can see here. All of these figures are forecasts. They're pretty much right. There's maybe 0.3 to about 0.5 off in terms of break-evens and where it was sitting. It's incredible what you can do as you can forecast. Get on there, because if you put SC Spectrum to 6, you'll get 20% off the full website. So sorry to plug that there, but I think it's really important that you do that because that will help support us. But it also gets you a 20% discount, which when interest rates just got risen, every dollar can count, especially when your hobby is Supercoach. But just to explain a couple of things, so I'm just going to go to our cheapies, right? And what I did was, I had a look, and we all talked around who we would like to see some of the breakdown in our break-even radars, and I was looking at it. And what I can do is, in this website, with their program, you can forecast their scores. You're playing some tunes, Jimmy.
Sorry, I was just looking at the break-even radar that we posted. And Sam's put some music to go with it.
Let's look at Ryan Couchman. So we'll start with Ryan Couchman. So he's been pretty good to start the year. He's had some really good scores. I was conservative. I went a little bit under his average and put a 60 against Parramatta. So if he gets a 60 against Parramatta, gets a 60 against the Gold Coast Titans, gets a 60 against the Cowboys, he's going to go from 235 this week to round 4. He's going to push up to he's going to have a 96k price rise with his break-even of minus 65. What that tells me is, get him. You have to get him. Because if he scores a 60, he's going to do it, but he's got a break-even of minus 65. So even if he scores 40 or 50, he's still going to do pretty well. But that's highly unlikely based off the way he's been playing and the minutes he's getting. But I was conservative with these 60s. The stats in this is bonkers. By round 6, if he just gets a 60 again, a 60 again, and a 60 again, he's going to have risen 203k by round 6.
Yeah. Yeah, it's scary sight not to own him, that's for sure.
Yeah. So basically, you've just got to play with these break-even. So if we talk about the next cheapie we've got is, who did we put down? Noah Martin. Noah Martin's got a break-even of minus 103. So basically, right now, he's going to have a monster price rise. If he scores a 60, which is well below his average, he's going to rise 126k next week. One price rise is worth a trade, basically. I mean, people talk around trades being worth around 150k. He's going to have one price rise worth that. If he gets a 60 against Cronulla, that's another 50k price rise. It's going to be 178. If he gets a 60 against Newcastle, which is very, very, well, almost a sure thing, he'll be 13k more expensive than in round 6. This is cheapy cash cow range.
Yep.
And that you want to add, if this is not saying you must have these guys, get them now.
Yeah, but as we were speaking before, that little add-in has kind of thrown a spanner in the work for me on Couchman anyway. And there's so many to pick from. You actually do got to just pick a couple that you think are going to go to the moon and just ride them. You can't have them all, unfortunately.
No, you can't. And you can only make 3 trades this week. And hopefully you did the couple of things last week, like getting your Lasardis and your Noah Martins in with the hope that they would do all right again to go through it. So how about let's move into our break-even radar around those that have very high break-evens that we think are must-sells this week. I'm going to start with a halfback from the Parramatta Eels named Mitchell Moses.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were high on him with the new stat changes and things like that going into the year. It's not looking like it's going to be Moses' year this year. If he scores 60 this week, he's going to lose only 5k, which isn't a lot, but...
He then goes into Penrith.
I know. And then it's West, who are actually on the up, so it's... he's not going to lose a shit ton of coin, but with all these halves doing well, like your Boyds, your Deweys, I don't think you can afford to keep a hold of Moses anymore.
Not with that break
Especially,
even. And what was one of the reasons why you bought him to start the year? Was because he was 500. He was goal kicking. He's one of the best halfbacks, if not the best. He's arguably the best halfback in the competition. Only just based off
maybe
his
top
skill.
top three.
Well, and people argue that he's better than Cleary, and skill wise, he probably has that. It's just the fact that he just can't stay on the park. But that you got him at 543k, thinking that this was going to be a guy who by round 6, 7 was going to push up 100 to 120 odd k, and then he was your stepping stone straight to a Hines, straight to a Cleary, and the like. And he's not going to do that. And if he's pushing out crappy bottom dollar scores like he is in your premier halfback spot, he's a must trade out. You just have to do it. Is there anything else you want to add to that one?
No, I think we've summed it up pretty well. It's just, especially with Boyd and Dewey doing so well, and they're going to take you to those Hineses and Clearys. I think you just got to jump ship, go to the next one that's going to give you all that money.
If I was a Moses owner, I would just go straight to Boyd. Tanner Boyd is just going to skyrocket, and we're going to talk about him in a minute. Next high BE sell is your favourite guy. I'm a big fan of this guy, Mr. TF Tino Fasuamalali. Did you like my pronunciation there?
You did all right. BE of 127, and for
Bonkers.
me, it's honestly not even about the money. Like, if he was looking good, I would actually keep him because he is a keeper, in my opinion, anyway. But his role, was. His role has changed so much. Like, he's playing 50 minutes. He's just carting the ball up. Yeah, it's not what we want to see for a guy that's nearly okay. So he's a must sell in my opinion. How do you?
It's a really good point you make. You buy these guys at 687 to have the ebbs and flows of their price rises and drops. Inevitably, people or players at that price are going to drop. It's just the way the maths works.
Yep.
But as long as they're still scoring decent 60, 70 pluses, then you just live with that. Yeah, whatever. I'm not going to trade him out. I'll take that because I know he's going to get this. But when you have a break even of 127, you're priced at 687, and you add the kicker of getting no minutes, and Hane just doesn't look like he wants to play him, which is just dumbfounding because Tino's one of the best players in the competition. Yeah, I'm not playing with that fire. And the other thing that I don't like about it is that he's got to go up to Queensland, which is a tough game to have. And they're not going to play him up there in that heat and big minutes. No. It's just not going to happen. So there's if he scores 60 against North Queensland Cowboys, he's going to drop 52k. Now, that's a lot. If he scores 50 against the Dragons the week after, which I put a 50 in against them because they've got a good pack, he'll drop another 35. He'll be 80k cheaper.
And I think you're being generous because he's averaging like 45 at the minute. Yeah. So that just sums it all up.
That's what I mean. I played this as a bit of what's the word I'm looking at? I've gone blank. I'm having a shocking night. I'm talking great content, just not there. Conservative was the word I was looking for. I played conservative with these numbers, and even that still looks bad. This is bad for me. I think you were an owner too. Very disappointed in Mr. Sam Walker from what I saw in the preseason.
One of the last-minute trades that I did do well was going Sam Walker to Cleary before round 1.
There you go. So you weren't. I am a Sam Walker, or well, I was.
We'll get to that.
He has a break even of 110.
And Penrith this week.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I am not a Sam Walker owner anymore. Look, based off what he did in the preseason, he can push 110, no worries. Even get up to an 80. And to be fair, if he scores an 80, let's just say he scores, because we've done the figures here, if he scores a 60, he's going to drop 39k. So if he scores an 80, it's going to be less than that. Yeah. And that messes with the week after that. That makes that break even go up a little bit higher, etc. But, you play with that, but he's just not scoring. It doesn't look like he's going to score that well. The Roosters won on the weekend, and I think they played really well with the style and the game plan that they took, which was not what we want Sam Walker to be doing.
The only caveat I will say with Sam Walker, and we can tie in Gus as well, because he's on our list of sells, is neither of them have try assists or a try yet. And you've got to imagine Sammy Walker is going to have try assists this year. It's just a matter of time. So he's actually not that cheap. Okay, you can go to Hines, but I'd just be going straight to Cleary. JC back this week. Maybe you go the pod route, but yeah, I think you just go straight to Cleary if I was you.
I'm not going. I'm not going JC yet. I need to wait to see when he's named as a starter and not off the bench. Although we think he's probably going to get that, but yeah. Which then segues into Mr. Angus Crichton.
Yeah, old Angus
10k
Crichton.
break even of 85. Hasn't scored well. I've put a 50 down for Penrith. If he gets that 50, he drops 30k. 27.2 to be exact. He's 583. If he then gets a 60 against Manly, which is basically what he's been doing, he drops another 16. He drops to 43. He drops 40k into his bye. I just think because of that round five bye, he just doesn't look like the Angus Crichton that was the best second row forward in the competition.
I'm going to be brutal. I actually don't think he was that last year either.
No, he
I think
wasn't.
there were glimpses of it, but I think it's been 18 months now since we've seen the best of Angus Crichton. And the first 2 weeks, I've kept my eye on him because I did really want to start with him, but he just doesn't look like he wants to be there, honestly. Like the runs, he's just going into the line. There's no post contact. There's no offloads. Same as Tino. I think the roles changed, and I'd jump ship straight away.
Yeah, and there's some guns. The Roosters are loaded for dudes that can go through the multiple forward positions. So
Yeah.
yes, this one was a bit hard, and I really struggled with this because I started with this guy. Was very high in the preseason. Went on went on some sort of wicked try scoring streak last year. His name's Kale Hero. He's 705k. He has a break even 123. He, in 2 games that they've dominated, the Sharks have basically dominated, he has not done well. I don't like the look of the way he's running. I don't like the look of the game style that the Sharks have got with him. He's still a superstar. I just don't like that break even at that price.
Yeah, the concern is Sharks are just going right every attack. It's never going left, and it's really hindering. I'm interested to see if Wilton back on that edge, maybe start to go left again, because everything stops at Billy Burns. He just dummies and runs. He's not passing at all. But it's a huge monster BE. Personally, I was a bit surprised to see him on the list. I'll probably, if I had him, I'd be keeping him. I think he's a seasoned keeper, honestly. But obviously, you've got him, so
I did.
I'm interested to see what you change.
Yeah, no, I have. I don't want to play okay. So I've played this game for years now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that I'm good at it, but I like to talk about it and I offer good advice. But this is a guy that has a break even of 123. And early days, it's not just about points; it's about managing your salary cap and where you're putting that cash and how you're spending it. And then playing with the ebbs and flows, especially going into these next couple of weeks that are just crucial to the rest of your year. And if I get a Kale Hero and I'm paying 705k and he goes and pushes another 60 against the Dolphins, which is very likely based off the way that they've been playing, he drops 50k.
Yeah.
He drops 100k by round 6 with the matchups and the way that they're looking. I don't want a dude at 705 not scoring points. Not the team looking pretty good to doing that. I can't.
I do hope you're going up or sideways. I'd hate to think you're going down.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Moses Leo was Toto last week, so that sucks. Let's talk about some must-gets, and we've got a couple.
We do have a couple.
So I've got the first one I want to start with is someone that I would love to have in my team, and that is the freak back in the centres, Mr. Latrell.
Yeah, honestly, he's B of 0. I just saw that for the first time because I've been trying to erase the thought of bringing him in before the bye, which is really hard at the moment. Yeah, he's He's a stud, isn't
The
he?
problem you've got here is that you kind of got to get him, because I just think this week he's going to score a big score. And if he doesn't score a big score, like a 90 plus, it's going to be like a 70, which still means that he's going to rise another 50k, which puts him to 660k, but he goes into a bye. And then you got round 5, like it's just so awkward.
He's got Canterbury and Canberra afterwards, so I don't, as much as he is a must buy, I don't want to get him in yet.
I just think Latrell. I think the Rabbitohs are humming along, even though they haven't. They lost on the weekend. They're just starting to get a few things right. Cody Walker's starting to look good. Fafita's starting to run good lines. Duncan on the other edge. Campbell Graham's looking like he's on the trajectory of upwards. Jai Gray looks great in the full back position. I really think the Rabbitohs are on the up, and that score against Canterbury and that game against Canberra just doesn't worry me for Latrell. He's still going to get his base. He's in, and that's amplified because he's kicking goals.
I think there was I'm trying to see if I can find it, but he only had something like 7 runs last week or something. It was bugger all at the end of the game.
And still scored 113.
Which is the really scary part. No, against the Roosters, he only had about 7 odd runs. So it's damaging what he can do.
And got 94, wasn't it? Still like 84, yeah. Oh yeah, and he has that 90s average. Yeah, like it's just, it's
scary.
Yeah, it is. Got to get him. Next on our must-get gun list. Now, it's a little bit like a funny one how I said this, how we titled this must-get gun. But this is a dude with a low BE who's just absolutely flown under the radar the last 2 weeks. He plays for the Dolphins, and it looks like he's locked in that spot. Finay Fuiaki.
I thought you were going somewhere else there. Sorry. I thought you were going to one of the Storm guys. Finay Fuiaki, hasn't he been a revelation this year? And I think I remember seeing he was smashing the base. He was above 50 in base power both these last 2 games. So he's had a kick up the arse in the preseason, and he's really got fit. Minus 42. I think he's a good downgrade option from Latino or
Gus.
Someone like. Yeah, I think he is.
I think a 70 against Cronulla is very well capable based off the way he's been playing. That pushes him up with an 86 price rise going into Brisbane. If he pushes another 70 against Brisbane, he gets another 56k price rise. And he's scoring 70 points. Yeah. That's 140k. He's just under 600k. I'm very excited about this. This could be a short plug and play. I just think the minutes and everything's there for him. And if Flegler's out, then there's even extra help and extra minutes around for him.
Yeah, not for me personally, but I definitely see the appeal. I really do. I'm looking to go even further down tier Lasardi's this week to free up cash, but I see the reasoning for a quick cash grab. Definitely.
I think it's a trade and a really easy cash grab over the next couple of weeks. And he just looks like he's on fire. He's just ready to go. The next one is Tanner Boyd. Now this I feel is a very short plug and play because Mr. Metcalf is coming. His word is that he's back round 6. It's actually come a little bit earlier. It was round 7, but now word is he's coming around round 6. So that's in 3 weeks, 3 games time. In that 3 games, he could have. Tanner Boyd could rise 157k.
I just looked at that. No, that's if trades this week weren't hard enough, Trav, you're making it even harder for me now. That's a lot of coin to be made, and if you've got a Tino in a flex or something, 100% I'd be jumping on a Boyd just for that quick cash.
It's literally quick cash, and the way he's played, it's points too. Yep. Now, we know that Metcalf's coming back. Metcalf's going to walk straight into that number 7 spot, and so he should. He was winning the Dally M. And yeah, for sure. The Wars were top 4 with him as their leader in the halfback. He was leading the Dally M. He's not a 6. I don't think Metcalf is a 6. He's shown that he can lead this team as a 7.
I'm not too sure on that. I think if Boyd keeps scoring the way he's doing, I know Supercoach isn't a direct reflection, but I think he's actually killing it in real life too. I see there's a world where Metcalf comes in at 6. I think.
I also think they love Harris Tavita, and so there's their half combination is those two.
He's a great 14. He can come in the middle and he can play anywhere. He's just a footballer.
Man, they've got Tua Picky that they're going to have as 14, and Healy as 14, and
Tua Picky will be fullback.
I just think Tanner Boyd is a wonderful buy. If you've got the trades that you can do it, I just think he's a very short, proper 150k price rise, really quick. Get him up there.
Yep.
Like 150k puts him 720k. You know, so there's a straight jump to pretty much any halfback. I mean, Cleary is a lot more than that, but it's cheapy central at the moment. So we've got cheapies everywhere. So there's cash to be made everywhere. The next gun with a low break even is our new favourite player, Jimmy.
Which one are we talking about? Because there's two Storm ones there, and
my new favourite.
I like both.
My new favourite player is Sua Fa'alongo. Yeah. The dude's a superstar in the making.
He is an absolute freak, and he scored 3 tries in 10 minutes or something on the weekend. Like, as a non-owner, I was looking at it going, I've survived one more week, and then he just did that and absolutely destroyed me.
I literally told everyone, James, to go and buy him. Everyone was like, who do I trade Drinky to? And I'm like, get Sua. Get him. Do it. Yep. And I didn't do it myself. I didn't listen to myself, and I went and got Teddy. It cost me 100 points. I think Teddy scores more points than Sua by the end of the season, but still, I need to play that game. If he scores 80, which is pretty, it's not hard to do as a fullback, especially the way he's playing. He plays Brisbane this week, then he's got North Queensland. Then he has Penrith, which is a tough game, but still, like as a fullback. Yeah. And Penrith are not unbeatable in terms of Supercoach points as a fullback. He's 235k more expensive than he is right now.
Which is just a straight flick up to a Walsh, anyone on that run. But even then, he could be a season keeper. If he keeps knocking out scores like this, you might want to keep him for the season. And he might be the next premier fullback that you want. So I think he's a gun, and I'll be doing anything to get him in this week, that's for sure.
Love that call. I won't say much. The next one is the next Storm guy. He also starts with an S, and we stole him from the Tigers.
Yeah, Tigers, and they stole him from Eels, so another one over the Eels in the end.
You can't help yourself, can you, James?
No, I can't.
500 Stefano, 515k, has a break-even of 16, has been scoring really well to start the year, has put himself into elite category, which is pretty hard to do because there's some pretty bloody good front row forwards in our competition.
Do you have what he's averaging available? I think it's like 75 at the moment or something like that. So I'll just quickly search, but he has had a stellar start to the year, and it's not even this year, it's after Origin last year. I think he's just been absolutely 73. And he's probably playing 50 minutes, so that's like 1.3 ppm. 1.4, there you go. 1.3. He's an absolute goer, and I think he's quickly putting himself into that next tier below your House and May. I think he's there with your Tapanies and those sort of guys.
If he does a 70 and 80 or 70 in the next 3 weeks, he'll be 108k more expensive, but that's elite. That's elite scoring, 70s, 80s, and 70s. Like, at that price, that's a really good game to be playing with your salaries. Yep. I think that's everyone in the radar that we had. All I can say is, get in there and have a really good look. The data is just exceptional. Get onto Rugby League Fantasy Pro and play with it yourself, because you can put the different numbers in and it literally does your break-even, it does your price rises, does everything for you. And I can't recommend you do that enough. And when you do, I think get SE Spectrum 26.
And you'll have that link in the bio on the YouTube video.
I will have it in the bio, mate. Yeah, why?
So click on that and go straight to it, guys. Get into it. It's great stuff.
James, I want to know, boost or not to boost?
I think you got to boost this week, especially in my situation. I don't have Lasardi. I don't have Ryan Couchman. I don't have Sewer. I don't have Harry Grant. I've got a lot to do, but yeah, I think you got to boost this week. Get as many players in that are going to make a lot of money and just take the money and run. What about you? Are you going to boost this week, or are you thinking of holding? Or you boosted last week?
I boosted last week, yeah, and I said I wasn't going to. I had two trades, and I was talking about that, and then the news about Drinky not kick count and all that sort of stuff, and last minute I just went Drinky straight to Teddy. Sorry guys, I couldn't put it in the post, but that didn't come out until Thursday evening, if not Friday, so I was sitting there thinking, no, I've got to do this. I will be boosting. I can't recommend you boost enough. This is when you need to boost.
Yeah.
To be fair, I was talking people into boosting last week, and I understand everyone trying to save trades, but I boosted last week so that I could get a couple of those cheapies in. So I had to get Leo in, and I had to get Martin in. I already had Lasardi, I already had Macassini, Farmani, too, like all of these guys. I already had them, but I missed out on a couple of those guys. So I had to boost last week to get it, because at the end of the day, you've got to get the cash. The cash has to come in. You've got to get these cheapies in. Not at the expense of your guns, so you've got to push those guns, or you've got to push those underperforming guns down to these cheapies. So, yeah, I can't recommend they do that enough. Have you got anything else you want to add to that, my man?
No, and I think cash is going to come easily this year. I don't think we need as all these cheapies. I think it's slowly already turning into getting some points and trying to build a lead away from all these people with the money. I think there's so many people undervalued this year off the start from the stat changes. So I think everyone's going to make money very quickly, and you're going to want those points straight away. That's the gist I've got.
It's a funny conversation. I actually think this year, yes, whilst I think there's going to be cheapy central for the early part of the year. Like, I've gone through a lot of these lists, and I can be proven wrong. I can't see a lot of cheapies coming up around Origin onwards, which means downgrades and like, you've got to get them now. In my opinion, and look, my opinion's different. I'm just saying, got to get them now. You've got to start with this now, because if you don't, you're going to miss out on a lot of cash that you're hoping that's going to come up later that I can then use to push people around. So,
definitely get as much money as possible, but just be wary too. I think a lot of people have a lot of cheapies already. I think I've got like 8 or 9 already, so there's a lot.
All right, let's push through really quickly with some of our trade-ins and outs, and then we'll talk about our own team. So I'm going to start with, so I'm not going to go, last week we went with the top 10%, and we had a few people message saying, it's so early, can you just do all coaches? So I'm just going to go across the line, because everyone looks like they're playing at the moment. So I'm just going to go all coaches. So this is a Supercoach Plus thing. And the top 10, the first one, most of this list, Jimmy, we can just go through really quickly. Ponga, trade out 100%, 6 to 8 weeks. It's a shame. He looked bloody good, that try. But it is what it is. He is an absolute trade out, and there are 12% of all coaches have traded him out. The next on the list is at 16,000 players at 7.7%. We spoke about that before. I think he's a great trade out.
100%. I've got him, and I'll be trading him out this week.
Next is Reed Marnie on the list. Now this is a little bit confusing to me. We bought him on the thought that he would be nothing more than a 50 player. You know, he's going to score 50 at that price at 400. Now, most people are trading Reed Marnie to Harry Grant. Absolutely all for it. Do it. 100%. If you're going Reed Marnie to Harry Grant, do it. But there are still 4,000 people who are not, and they are downgrading. And I don't know who the hell you're downgrading to, because they're...
I think a lot of people are going to Hayward.
And I hate that. I just hate it.
I hate it.
I hate it too. I don't mind him as a player. I don't like that trade. To be fair, I started with Reed Marnie. Reed Marnie's my second hooker, and he's staying there. He scores a 50. He rises 20k anyways. So, I'm happy for him to score 50s and 60s. I'll reserve.
And he's got the Titans this week.
He's got the Titans at home. Yep. Yeah, they stunk last week. They stunk in week one.
He's a hold.
Yeah, I think he's a good hold. And my intention is to hope that he gets a try or a little try assist or whatever, pushes out a 70 or 80, jumps his price up to 100k by the time Cheese comes back, and I'll drop him down to Cheese. Flegler, 5.1% of all coaches at number 4.
I think that's just
Preemptive.
on the back of his injury, back of his injuries.
Yeah.
Or if it's their only way to Noel Martin or Lasardi. I'd understand that too.
It is to Sewer, so there must be a bit of... What's that? More than half of his trade-outs is going to Sewer.
A lot of jewels,
Must
I'd
be,
imagine.
yeah. Next is Sam Walker, 9,600, 4.4%. We spoke about that. I think is an easy trade-out too. I'm doing
definitely.
it myself. Next is Drinkwater. Yeah, absolutely. Just too much noise around that he's not even going to play. He's been dropped, injured, whatever. He's not kicking.
Not goal kicking.
Yeah. He's an easy trade out. 3.2% have done that, and he's at 790k, so he's pretty much anyone you want him to be. Next out is Cobber, 5,774 players, 2.7%.
Who are they going to? That's very surprising for me. Unless they're going to Latrell.
I'm on my phone, I can't see that.
Yeah. I think a lot of people would be going up to Latrell probably, or just down to like a Moses Leo or Macassini. I think he's a hold. He's a safe hold. I'm happy to... I don't own him, but I'd be happy to keep him for now.
Fair call. Next on the list is Isaiah Yeo at 2.6%.
If I didn't have Tino to get rid of this week, Yeo would be gone.
Interesting. Why?
Well, he spoke live on TV after the game saying Cogger was going to spell him. I think that's a red flag straight away. I wanted Yeo playing 80 minutes, and I think everyone did that got him at the start of the year. So for me, 60s are great, but I'm chasing 80s in back row. I want Lucas. I want Hudson Young as quick as possible.
There you go.
So,
Good call. Angus Crichton is next on the list at 2.6% of all coaches. We spoke about him. Good, an easy trade out.
Definite.
Next on the list is Toby Couchman at 2.1%. He's 10th on the list.
Maybe a bit reactionary. I think he had a little knock on the weekend, and it was the Storm, so I think he's a whole
Had a knock.
Personally.
Played 42 minutes, still scored 43. The week before that, played 66 minutes against the Bulldogs, scored 72.
Yeah.
I haven't heard any news around him being injuries or any lingering, so I don't know why. I don't understand. That's the top 10 trade outs. I think most of them
speak for themselves.
Yeah. Trade ins, all coaches now. All coaches, number one, Sewer. 15.2% of the competition are trading Sewer in. So they should. We spoke about that. Get him in. Make the most of these price rises. It's looking like he's going to be a season-long keeper. Here's one thing I will say. He is going to have a donut score at some point. He is going to have a floor very, very low at some point. Don't reactionarily trade him and rage him out. You just got to live with it.
He's got a bit of that drinky floor about him, doesn't he? It's 100 or it's 30.
Yep.
You take it.
Yep. Next on the list at 9.4% is Harry Grant.
Yeah, I really want to get him in this week. I'll be trying to go read up, but we'll see what happens.
And lots of people are. I'm already a Harry owner. I know that there's a few people in the messages are saying that, and I'm helping them to try and get Harry Grant. I just think he's on a tear at the moment. Yeah. Get him in. Next on the list is Cheapy Ryan Couchman. We spoke about that, so the community obviously agrees with us too at 8.1%. I think he's an easy get.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I'd probably go Lasardi over him just.
Well, he's next on the list at 7.5%. Got to get him too. Do you agree?
Yeah, definitely.
Even with Blore coming in the.
Yeah, I think, the way Munster's spoken about him, and I think the way he's been performing defensively, he's not missing many tackles. I think Bellamy's going to love this bloke going forward, so no reason for him to be dropped. What do you reckon?
Nah, agreed.
You're the Perth Storm expert.
Nah, not even. I've already got him. I got him in last week, so I think it was a great buy. I think it's a smart get. Have him. He's good price. Second row forward. Just plug him in there. Go from there.
Yep.
Next on the list is already highly owned, and now he's even more owned at 6.4%. Martin, we've spoken about him. Get him in. You just got to.
Yeah.
The dude,
he's number one, I think.
He's the number one guy. He's the number one cheapie you have to have. If you don't have him, you're costing yourself a couple of $100,000. This guy is just a stud.
he could quickly be 600k in a couple of weeks.
Oh,
So
without a doubt.
you just got to get it.
Next on the list, 5.2% is the best Supercoach player in the competition, Mr. Cleary.
Yeah, I'm so glad I started with him. Muscat, I think he's a big separation between him and the next best halves are starting to arise. So you got to get him.
11,000 agree with you. Next on the list is Fine Fuiaki at 3.3%, which I'm actually really surprised by. I thought he was a bit under the radar, which I think is great for him because I think he's ready for a big year. But yeah, that surprises me, but it's good. Get him in.
Yeah, it's great.
Get him in.
Definitely.
Tanner Boyd next. We've spoken about him. Latrell Mitchell next. We've spoken about him. I love that buy. And rounding out the top 10 at 2.3% is Tom Chester.
Okay, interesting. A little bit of concern with Laybutt sitting there, but I still think he's a buy. He's going to make a lot of money.
I think he's a great buy. He's not in my team.
Yeah.
I'm not buying him. He's the one guy I'm missing out on. I feel like that's going to cost me, but it is what it is. I can't have everybody with the way that I started and where I'm at. But I think he's a great one, especially with this news around Drinky. Like if Purdue does go to fullback, or even Laybutt goes to fullback, and there's a shift around, well then that's just that he's locked his spot away. So I just think that's safe.
What if Chester went to fullback? Then would you get him?
I'd be tempted to trade Keeney down to him and put him in into fullback too. That is trade ins and outs. Is there anything you want to add to that?
No, I think we ran over that pretty well. Yep, definitely.
Jimmy, talk to me about your captain options.
My captain options this week, I am leaning towards... I'm actually just thinking going safe and just going Cleary against the Roosters. I know that's quite boring, but I think he's just elite, and he's a quite an easy choice, really.
Who are you VCing? Yeah. Who are some good VC options, mate?
Walsh against the Storm, if you've got him. You don't have him, do you?
No.
No. Are you plans to get him this week?
Is there... Sorry, say that again?
Is there plans to get Walsh this week?
No, because I can't.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Kiraz against Raiders, I think that's a really good matchup as well. And you go Hines against the Dolphins if you don't have Cleary. I actually really like that matchup, the Hines. So, what do you think of what's your options this week? I think you're very similar to me, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so currently I'm sitting with the VC on Kiraz and the captain on Cleary. Here's where I'm going to go through a few things and talk about some of my thoughts. Now, there's a post that's come out today about that we put together for some VC plays. My favourite VC option and number one option if you were an owner would be to put Walsh in. Walsh without Reynolds is just a completely different beast. Yeah, I get that they haven't played well the last couple of weeks. He played pretty well last week against the Eels and's come up with a 99. Like, now he's going to kick, you push that up, that's an extra point. The dude's he's just a beast. It's a different world. I am not a Walsh owner and I wish I was.
Yeah.
Number 2 on my list is who I'm actually VCing is Kiraz versus the Raiders. He is currently VC'd at 1.8%. He's coming off a bye. I just think that's really low for a guy that's that good.
One try and he's easily 100 plus with his base and power, so definitely not a bad play there.
Against that Dolphins team that kicks long and wide, he's just going to get easy runs.
Raiders.
Sorry, yes, my bad. But again, they will do the same thing. They kick long and wide. He's just got base easily through easy runs. With the new system, I just think that's a no-brainer as a VC. And I've got a little pod play for me. Is Mr. Hines.
I touched on him, but yeah, I really kind of want to get him into the flex this week, actually, but we'll see. But yeah, I think it's a very good option.
Dolphins haven't looked good. Defensively been leaky. Players have scored good points. That first game, Nico Hines got 130. Didn't do very well last week, but didn't really need to.
No.
2.5% have got him. He's at home. I can just see him just going bonkers.
Bit of wet hair, Nico.
Yeah, well, and it's not raining apparently, so yeah. And then captain options. Who are you? Who you said Cleary? I actually think.
Yeah, I think he's the clear favourite this week. I know you'll touch on a few, but I think Roosters have been a bit leaky, and Penrith are just in a mood at the moment.
Roosters have been a bit leaky. They did just shut down Cody Walker pretty well.
Cody Walker,
who's basically
Nathan Cleary.
No, he's not. But they did shut him down to be nothing. Who's basically who is the half and the 5'8" in that team. I know he's not. He doesn't wipe Cleary's butt, but like still, it's something just to consider. I do like Herbie versus the Sharks.
Yeah.
I think that's a great play.
I did captain him last week, so I'm a bit traumatised.
Got a 79, which, at the end of the day, there was a lot of conversation last year around, let's just captain Haas, who's going to lock in an 80, just so I can lock in an 80. He got 79, and Herbie looked like he wasn't even playing.
If you're going to do Herbie, I would be much more inclined to just straight see Kiraz against the Raiders.
There you go. And this is what makes and breaks teams with captains. Pod play, I went Latrell versus Tigers. I could just see him.
Yeah.
I can just see Latrell getting a try or two here and pumping 150.
Well, he's going to go up against Taruva. I don't think Taruva's going to stop him too well. So I think it's 100 plus coming there. Anyway.
So currently my VC is Kiraz, my captain is Cleary. That's where I'm sitting at the moment. Do you want to talk, Jimmy? Tell us what your trades are.
Currently, Tino's gone. He's out. Couldn't be quicker out. I'm thinking I'm going to move him to Lasati. That's going to free up a lot of coin. And now, here's where I need to talk to you. I've got to get Sewer.
Yes.
I've got Kinney
Yep.
or Turbo.
Yep.
I don't know which one to get rid of. Turbo's under 10% owned, and he's averaging 81,
is it?
96.
I sent you a message today saying he averages 96, and then you said 81, and I'm like, hang on a second.
Sorry.
96, yes he is. Average of 96 in a team that sucks.
I think I'm going to have to go Kinney to Sewer, or I just missed the boat altogether, but I don't want to do that at all.
So, I mean, that's a big balls play not to get Sewer, but I can still see it too when you've got the matchups that he's got coming up. I can see it. There's a world where you don't have to own Sewer, but that quick money is just stupid. Like, even if he scores a crappy score now, he's still going to go up 100k. Like, I just foresee that he's going to get some good scores. And if he can find consistency and play more than half a game or more than 15 minutes a game, then those scores that he's getting is going to be comfortable. I think I would trade... I've said this... I think I said this on the podcast last week. Kinney. I'm not impressed. That Titans team is no good.
But if JC comes back this week, it's a different Titans.
It is a different Titans, but... Does that change him? Like, I'm one of Keeney's biggest fans. I really am.
Yeah.
But I don't like the way that team's playing.
No, and then I'm probably going to boost, and it's either Reed to Grant, or I'm just going to go one of my cheapies, 2 probably, straight up to Latrell. That's my boost, I'm thinking.
Are you going to trade someone in on a buy next week?
Well... I've been running the 5 cheapies already, so I'm kind of used to
there you go.
CT dub there.
Yeah.
But I think you can get him in, and I think he, as we were saying, he could be a great captain option this week.
Great. I love it. I love either of them. I don't think you're going to go wrong with either of them. Latrell, I think, has got more upside than Harry Grant, but at the moment, Harry Grant's just going to pump out an 80 to 100 and no stress.
Yeah. It's the trading 3 Storm players in that's kind of like...
Doing your head in.
Am I favouring them? Yeah, I don't like it. We'll see.
I think they're great options. That's going to help the community out too. And so for me, Sam Walker out, Selwyn Cobbo out, Kalen Ponga out, in Nathan Cleary, in Kiraz, in Sewer.
I think they're all no-brainers. I think they speak for themselves.
I've got leftover in the bank 30k. I've just used my second boost. I've got 40 trades left.
I think you got to. I think they were all great trades.
I am at the moment. I'm sit v starts. For me, I've got Reed Marnie. I just think he's going to score at least a 60 for me against the Titans this weekend at home. I've put it on Lasardi. I've got it on Noah Martin, and I've got it on Keeney.
Yeah. I will probably have to play Sewer, that's not an issue. But I'm going to play Mooney, reserve him. I'm going to reserve Lasati and Martin. And then I've got to pick from Macassini or Leo as a reserve. I could go Pezzett against Dragons, and maybe I don't mind that matchup. Or the Smoky of Howe against the Cowboys. He's been scoring well. He's been scoring 50.
I'm playing around with Howe. I'm either going to go... For me, it's either Noah Martin to Howe or Marnie to Howe. I think Howe I will end up doing. I have a feeling it's going to be Noah Martin that I end up doing it for. Just because who they play,
really?
Just their opponent this weekend.
But he could get 40 tackles. Like, he's been getting 30-odd tackles, 40 tackles.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude's a freak. Dude's a freak. Anything else you want to add, Jimmy?
No, but just get Sewer. However you can, just get Sewer.
And if you've got Walsh, VC him. Just do it.
Yeah.
I hope the Storm give the Broncos a beatdown, and I hope Reece Walsh scores 150 for you. That's an ideal world for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Man, here we are, end of episode 2. I feel like that was a good one. Thank you very much.
That's a great one.
I hope good luck over the weekend, Jimmy, with your Supercoach, and you can get back into that top 30k. I'm hoping to go from 30 to 60 back into under 30k this week. If I can do it after 1 week, I can. Good luck, everyone, on the Supercoach. Get into our DMs. Make sure you like.
Definitely.
Get into our DMs, have a chat. There's a few in there that are doing it. So most of those guys that are in there are under 5k at the moment. So they're doing pretty well with some advice. Get in those DMs. Have a chat to us. We're always happy to talk. I know Jimmy does that. This guy never sleeps. He doesn't stop. And make sure you like our Facebook page. Make sure you share any of our content. Get into the comments. Have a chat with us. Argue, tell us we've got it wrong, tell us why, tell us what you want to do, what you think. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and any of your listening podcasts. That's all free ways for you to support and help us and for us to do the content. And we're going to do it anyways, but if we can get a little bit of money to put towards promotion or put towards a program just to upload it or just to make it a little bit better, then we will. That's what we want to do. So we're not doing this for money, we're doing this because we love it.
100%. Couldn't have said it better myself, mate.
Have a wonderful weekend. Good luck, everybody.